Hi guys, and welcome to another Wargame Red Dragon video with me, Bubblebox. And today we're on one of my favourite maps called Straight to the Point, and it's got two very large sea areas, a southern area here and a northern area, and two very large land areas. And this in the middle is this choke point where the lands meet one another with Elena, Fedor and Boris, and a river running through from one sea to the other, and it's traversed by a bunch of bridges which are normally fought over on this map. Now I'm heading over to the right hand side. I've got a marine deck, a red 4 marine deck, and I'll be taking centre and Dimitri and trying to secure Anna if I can. So I land off my troops onto there, my command troops, and send out a recon chopper to have a look, see what's going on over the sea. Now ICBM, who I'm playing with, he is going to take Jot and Ivan. He's also playing a marine deck, and he's dropped off some recon troops over on the island in the northern parts of the sea, and some anti-tank guns and stuff over in Ivan. The other two guys are two random people that joined our room, and they were going to go to the middle to do battle, although it seemed that only Born Kills went to the middle in the end, and the other chap called Kill just brought out 4 artillery pieces and an Akula, which is all he brought out at the start, and doesn't have a fob either, so we're not sure what he was doing in fact. Now I did notice that they took over a couple of choppers over there, but they did probably spot my MI1 and decided, I assume they were going to put units over on the island. I don't know whether they did drop any off, but I did spot the Chinooks. I also noticed there's a big area here where there's absolutely no units because only Born Kills went to the middle. So I decided to put a few units up towards Fedor to stop them flanking down there, or at least so that we get some warning if they send a bunch of units down that side of the map. Now I do send out a Najin to capture Anna when I see they haven't actually spawned any ships out into the southern sea. And I also send some infantry and a chopper just to land on the island and just to run through the island to make sure there's no anti-air been deposited over there. Now in the meantime, on the right hand side, battle has already commenced with a Congo being bought out. Someone did attack it there. So this Congo has been bought out by Shadow Nemesis, and there's already a load of ships over here in Paul and Congo, and the Congo then can take control of Paul. In fact, there are a load of Bakers, which ICBM spots with his recon. So a few ships out in the North Sea, no ships out in the Southern Sea, and Born Kills is trying to do battle for Nicholas, although he might just lose out that little battle there because I've got quite a lot of infantry over there in Nicholas. And Kill is artillerying that position, trying to support Born Kills. And who's this? Oh, this is Born Kills plane going in as well on a bombing run. It's nice. The Congo in the meantime has stopped in Paul. I take my Najin forward just to engage this Chinook. Gets a few hits, spins them out of control a little bit, gets another hit there. But they are hurriedly microed away. I think, shall I give chase? But then I decide, no, probably best just to sit back behind this little island, part of the island here, this little peninsula or outcrop of the island. I let those Chinooks get away because I don't want to be taken by surprise from some ships being spawned out from their sea region. So no ships over at me. I've dropped off my infantry and they're starting to go through the island. In the meantime, over here, they have got a reasonably large fleet of ships out, and there looks like they're heading over to Elena to try to stop Born Kills' push up towards Nicholas. Now I do spot this and change my tactics slightly just to try to take account of this. And in the meantime, we can see ICBM has got some conkers in here, so if they get too close, these conkers, and they do in fact start firing at these Baikus. One of the Baikus takes a couple of hits from these anti-tank weapons, and immediately they're microed over towards the right hand side. Now as I said, I didn't notice what's going on, so I switch my attention over to the North Sea, and I bring in my 3 tarantulas. I call them tarantulas, and the Sovereign, so quite a large force, very long, very powerful missiles, very long range. And I'm thinking, Well, if they're going to sit over in this sort of region of the sea here, I'm going to be able to take these off at long range and they're not even going to get shots back at me. And we'll see what happens there. So their Congo is attacking these aircraft here that are bombing this area. They are going forward. I think they sort of stopped for some reason. But my tarantulas engage, take out a Beku immediately. And then I just nudge them forward. These tarantulas are great ships. The only downside is they do need a couple of other ships to protect them from anti-ship missiles, which aren't apparent at the moment. But they also use up their ammunition quite quickly. They've only got 4 missiles. They shoot them very fast, so you need a few Munas around to resupply your tarantulas if you use them. Now I do put my Sovereign in the front to take over the attack against these Bekus whilst the tarantulas are getting resupplied. It looks like a Phantom coming in. Oh, it's napalm. Yep, it's napalming that area down there. So this Congo's looking in a bit of trouble now. It's down to 1 health. It just needs 1 more shot, and the tarantulas have actually shot at it and it's going to take it out. So their Congo goes down. So these Pohangs and the Bekus are pretty much sitting ducks now. My tarantulas are continually getting resupplied and moving backwards and forwards. Sovereign is getting resupplied all the time, and these guys are just going to get taken out. In the meantime, there's not a lot going on the right hand side. An eagle coming in to have a go at my poor recon chopper, and which gets taken out. So I know they've got a recon chopper there as well of their own. So they managed to take that out, but that's no biggie. I'm actually concentrating over here. So there are a few Super Pumas coming in from the Didact, and ICBM brings in a bunch of Nanushkas. These are really good short range fire, very, very powerful missiles if they can get up close. Not the most, they haven't got the best health in the world, these ships, but if they can get up close, and these HugeMungous are the same sort of ships, if they can get up close they can do a lot of damage. Now this guy tries to micro his Super Pumas to get a shot on my Sovereign, I believe, but doesn't quite manage because these recon units are in the way. So he starts to micro them around the island, and I'm sure he's trying to get a shot on my Sovereign. And my Sovereign continues to go forward, and we're continually hassling and attacking their fleet, which is pretty much destroyed now. And the Super Puma finally gets their shots off, and it's a poor HugeMungous which gets it right in the neck there. And you can see that when one ship gets blown up, the ships around it do take a little bit of damage, it seems. Now meanwhile on the right, a Congo appears from that one guy, and also he spawns out a load of ships up here. So there's 2 Hatsuyukis, a couple of Lafayettes, a couple of Pohangs. So a lot of ships come out to do battle with this fleet that we've got moving up over here. And they keep coming. More Pohangs. So a pretty massive naval battle ensues. And ICBM turns his poor little Nanushkas and HugeMungous around, which is a wise thing to do against these guys because they're not very well armoured, and it looks like they've run out of missiles. So my Sovereign is kind of on the front line now. It's taken quite a lot of damage, but Kill, the guy that we don't see much of, has brought out a Sovereign and a Eudaloi and a bunch of Munas as well. So he suddenly spends about 1,400 points on units. So he must have had all those points saved up. But it's a good thing. It means my Sovereign can just pull back just to get a bit of resupply with my tarantulas, and his Eudaloi and Sovereign can take over on the front line for a bit against their ships, which are continually being spawned out from their spawn point. Meantime on the right, the Congo hasn't actually moved yet, and it just starts to move as I say that. Now Kills just pulls his Sovereign and Eudaloi back because they're starting to take damage from the bow guns from these Blue 4 ships, and that's what you want from Blue 4. You want them firing their bow guns because that's where they have most of their do a lot of their damage against the Red 4 ships. Now I do bring in a rocket artillery. Oh, in fact, Was that mine? Yeah, it was my grad just fired, the BM-21 grad. Doesn't do massive damage, but it really hassles the enemy. It can do damage. It can even sink ships that haven't got much armor, some of the smaller ships, and can stun them as well. And there's more artillery going in there from kills as well. In the meantime, Born Kill is pretty much the only one of us four doing anything on the land. My guys are all just sitting there in Fedor, just basically doing nothing. And his guys, he's trying to push forward a little bit. He's the only one really not involved in this naval battle in the North Sea. So I bring in, what do I bring in? Well, in fact, ICBM brings forward his Nanushkas. We've got the Sovereign Many and the Udaloy here, just getting repaired. And I bring in a load of Komars, that's it. These Komars, again, short range, 2 short range termite missiles. They're quite cheap, these ships. Let's have a quick look at the stats. So they only cost 40, but they've only got a strength of 40 as well. And they've got 2 of these very, very powerful 140 AP power ship-to-ship missiles. So they need to get close, but they can do a lot of damage. And what I do with these, I just line them up behind these capital ships. So that if the capital ships take a pounding, they can just micro them back, and if they follow them round, then these Komars can take a couple of shots off at the ships that come round the corner. So they're getting even more ships in now, so they've got a massive fleet now, and they start just to micro their ships forward and poke their heads round the corner. We've got 2 Sovereign Menys and a Udaloy doing battle there, and we're trying to bring the ships forward. It's getting a bit congested. It is a bit dangerous getting them all clumped like this, because as I say, if one goes down there is splash damage on all the other ships. On the other side, quickly, the Congo is still just sitting there away from my zone. Excuse me. More rocket artillery coming in. Let's try and stun them a little bit. Now what I do decide to do here is take my 2 tarantulas, and I get a 3rd tarantula as well. Take my Sovereign Many and 3 Munas and move up to the other side of them around the island. So I go up to the east of the island, and to the west of the island, and then to the north of the island, and I'm hoping to take them by surprise by outflanking them at range, rather than taking them on at short range, where these Blue 4 units can all use their bow guns to good effect. And you'll see the outcome of that shortly. Bunch of Super Hornets coming in. Oh, there's a bit of a pound. Oh, I took a pounding there with those Super Hornets and everything else coming in. And this, in fact, they've taken out, is that a Sovereign Many they've just taken out? Yep, that's one of Kill's ships. Kill's Sovereign Many has gone down. His Udaloy is under a lot of pressure as well. The other Sovereign Many is half dead. So, yeah, they just micro them back. Just micro them back if they can. They should just get them back behind the Komars. Another Udaloy has come in from ICBM. So that Udaloy is going to go down if it's not careful. In the meantime, you can see my tarantulas have got in position. They've fired off a bunch of rockets already and sunk something. I'll just push my Sovereign Many forward now and resupply my use the Munas to resupply my tarantulas. So I am flanking them now, and they decide just to go all out and push forward around the corner. Another ship goes down there. This Udaloy goes down, and these other ICBM just brings his 2 capital ships around the back. My Komars take over, get their missiles off. They've managed to get their missiles off. I think we'll get the last missile off. Yeah, we get our 4 heavy missiles off, which do a lot of damage before my ships go down. I've still got an Nanushka there, so all we've got now, we've got a Huge One, an Nanushka, Sovereign Many, a Udaloy, all from ICBM. They've still got a Congo, a Lafayette there, but my Sovereign Many and my tarantulas are attacking around the back here and picking off all the units at the back. This Lafayette's gone down now. There's another Lafayette there. It's not going to last for very much longer. Sovereign Many is going to start... oh, actually, it's just taking out those missiles that are being fired at it, and then... oh, it just goes out. Oh, there it is, and gets hit and taken out the Lafayette. So all they've got left now is a Lafayette and a Congo doing battle against a Nanushka, a Sovereign Many, a Nanushka there, and a Udaloy. And what's this? Kill's bringing in a load of cheap choppers, which aren't going to just going to get shot down. They're not even going to get within range. So, looks like they've been cleaned out over in the North Sea almost. I'm being hit here by invisible rockets from somewhere or other. Oh, it's a Lafayette. We just couldn't see it. which gets damaged there, right down. Another couple of missiles coming in. One hits and down it goes. So another Lafayette bites the dust. All their ships have now been destroyed. They've still got a couple of Super Pumas and some miscellaneous ships, but we've still got a reasonable force in the North Sea, and we should be able to take care of the rest of these guys. In fact, he ignores these Super Pumas, they get taken out. In the meantime, it looks like Born Kills has managed to secure Nicholas, which is very, very good. Excellent stuff. Another Lafayette pokes its head out. That's not going to last very long either, although I'll just micro my units away there. Looks like they are counter-attacking here a little bit, it seems. Yeah. Although he's got some infantry in buildings here, has Born Kill, so he should be able to hold that position okay. Meanwhile, on the right, the Congo just starts to inch its way forward and then stops as I speak. I have put my Najin back a little bit just to keep it out of harm's way, because I don't want it to do, certainly it wouldn't be able to take on a Congo, that's for sure. Paul is now secured. That gives us another 3 points. And Born Kills has put a CV onto Fedor, which gives us another 5 points. So that's excellent. So it looks like the Udaloy has just inched its way forward. I did wonder why it had stopped there, but it's actually waiting for some other ships to catch up with it before it attacks. I didn't actually realise why. I wondered why it was stopped. So it starts to move forward. Now I do respond momentarily by sending my own ships in, and I bring in a Udaloy, which I've still got my Udaloy, and bring in a couple of Nanushkas, which are the ships that ICBM was using. I've got a couple of Najins, which is one of the ships that ICBM was using in the North Sea. So they've actually got a Lafayette and a Congo which engage my Najin. Now my Udaloy starts attacking their Congo. In fact, it's hitting the Lafayette, and my Najin is doing battle. It's already fired its 2 short-range powerful missiles, so it's just using its bow gun now, but it gets damaged there. The Lafayette goes down. Super Puma gets a shot off, but then gets destroyed because it's just too close to the Najin. So the Congo is trying to sink the Najin. My Najins my other 2 Najins are now getting into position and should be able to get their 4 rockets off while my Udaloy continues to attack the Congo. So hopefully these 2 Najins will get their anti-ship missiles off, the really powerful ones, and do that Congo some serious damage quite soon. So there they go. We're going 2 there, and another 2, and they don't hit. Fantastic. So I just push up with these and just get the bow guns firing, get the Udaloy up, just for a bit of protection. Bring those Najins just back because I don't want them destroyed. I might need them later to take the base. And the Udaloy takes over the attack. So it's pretty much Udaloy against Congo. The Congo is doing okay. It's still got a lot of strength. So is the Udaloy. Starfighter comes in. Doesn't manage to get a hit. I bring in another Nanushka. And then the Komar. And another Komar. Again, this is all I've got left now. I haven't got any. If I'd got tarantulas, I would have brought tarantulas in, but they're all been used up on the North Sea. And you can't get them across the river, unfortunately. So I've got quite a lot of, quite a nice little units, bunch of units here, and take down the Congo at last. So the Congo gets taken out. In the meantime, ICBM is resupplying all his ships over here. I'm resupplying my ships over there. And Born Kills is doing what he does best over there. So it all goes a little bit quiet for a bit. The only real action now is over on the eastern border of the land, where Born Kills continues to push forward. But there is a bit of epicness coming in. They do send forward quite a lot of units to try and to sort of counter Born Kills. I bring in over on the southern side some BTRs with infantry, some anti-air in armoured trucks, and a couple of Strellas. These Strellas can actually fire whilst moving on the water. And the idea of those is they're going to make a push into Boris and up towards Leonid with support of my little fleet of ships here. I fire my rocket artillery when I see all these guys over here. A bit of napalm goes down, that pretty much, and an IL-102 drops its bombs as well, pretty much stops their push in its tracks. Now you can see there's a bit of a build up here, and it's our old friend Kill, who we haven't seen a lot. He's sort of died down a little bit, but he's obviously been saving up his points again, because he's bought a whole shitload of stuff here, a whole shitload of anti-air, tanks, armoured trucks, pretty much a bit of everything. And it looks like he's going to do a rush up the coast. In the meantime, I push forward my fleet of ships and engage anything that's sort of sitting on the coast up here. I don't think they've got a lot of ships left to bring in after that big naval battle in the North Sea. They do bring in a load of aircraft. Some of these are anti-ships, some of them not, so it's a bit crazy. In fact, the starfighters and eagles, they're just going to get murdered. So I'm not sure why they did that. Now these amphibious vehicles are quite slow, but they will get there eventually. Now, in the meantime, Kill has set his spammage on its way. And they're all heading up towards Nicholas and Olga, it looks like. So he just stops these to let the others catch up. He's got a shitload of troops there, and then yep, he's going to start them all off again, is he? Yep, off they go. So he's got some challengers and some stormers to get through, so we'll see how these guys get on. Full of auto cannons and, well, pretty much loads of auto cannons. And he's laid down a load of smoke as well to help his cause. So as you see, there's 4 stormers, there's 8 stormers, challengers, all sorts up there for him to get through. Let's see how he gets on. Not too shabby, as it turns out. The challengers go down under the force of fire. 3 starships are next. Ooh, they get taken out. And he pushes on. 4 chimeras now. They get taken out as well. And he just continues on his merry way. ICBM brings in some support with all his fleet of ships are now resupplied, and attacks anything pretty much that's sitting in Olga. There's a bunch of units here, a couple of starships and a load of anti-tank weapons, it looks like. I'm ready to take out one of the ships, yeah, 8 strikers and a couple of starships. But he's still got what, 4, 8, 12, 15 tanks here with Cobra Saklos missiles, so still got a lot of stuff there to take out Olga. Is that the CV over there? Looks like a CV. So Lynx. And they're all missing currently. There it goes. So in fact, a nice job there by killing ICBM. In the meantime, what am I doing? Well, I'm moving my units from Fox into Boris. We're with support from my ships here. And I'm just sending my Comars up the coast, up the rivers, just to see if they can do any damage up there. So I've managed to find the CV in Boris and destroy that, and we're just trying to mop up any residual units by moving our way forward. In the meantime, Olga has now been completely destroyed, and ICBM is bringing in a load of choppers as well. I'm heading into Leonid, which is also, the CV seems to have disappeared from there. My ships are still supporting these infantry that are coming forward, and just by engaging the remainder of these tanks that are sitting in the trees there. I brought in a load of rockets. This is the only choppers I've got in this deck, the only ones I could get, just to try to support this push a little bit as well. Now ICBM has managed to capture himself some FOB and is resupplying all his units. Now they have only got Constantine left, and once that goes down they are pretty much finished. So I'm getting my rockets ready. I'm just going to take my Udaloy and my Najin forward. And there's yet more starships sitting in the trees over there. Kiel has still got his tanks rolling. They're still rolling forward. He must have refueled them somewhere. And ICBM is sending his little chopper squad around towards Constantine. Hopefully they'll spy the CV and end the game, whilst my Udaloy and Najin creep forward towards their base. So there's something. Is it a CV? Yes, it is a CV indeed. They've got two CVs in there though. There's the other one. That's soon to be spotted. Well, it probably has been spotted. Lafayette comes out, and that's attacked by my Udaloy immediately and taken out, and ends the game. So, nice game. Enjoyable game because of the massive sea battle, and that's why I put this one up as a video, because I really thought it was a pretty impressive sea battle. The ending probably wasn't fantastic, but the sea battle was definitely worth watching. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please do comment, like and subscribe. Please do subscribe and write a couple of comments, because it really gives me the motivation to carry on and improve my videos and make them a little bit better in response to some of the comments. So thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.